Okay, we are discussing about the evaluation of expression, isn't it? Evaluation of expression. Some questions are there, isn't it? Arithmetic operator evaluation. John Joes?
Yes, ma'am. We did the precedence of arithmetic operators.
Which one, John?
Precedence of arithmetic operators.
Yes, after precedence, we are writing some questions. That is 12 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you get the answer? Okay. Vinayak, read the first answer, question and answer. Which one is the first question?
12 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 by 2.
Which is the answer?
21.
21. 1 second. The answer is 21.0. Okay. Vinayak, read the question once again.
And 12 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 by 2.
6 by 2. So, which operation will first perform? It is 3 into 4, isn't it? So, 12 plus 3 into 4, it is 12 minus 6 by 2. That is the first step. After that, 12 plus 12 minus 6 by 2. What is 6 by 2? This division will always return a float value. Okay. That is, if there is no fractional part, it will just display just like 3.0 or 2.0, just like that. Okay. So remember that point. That is 6 by 2. It is 3. It is represented like this, 3.0. Okay. So after that, 12 plus 12, it is 24. 24 minus 3.0. What is the answer? It is 21.0. Okay. Is it clear? Pooja, read the second question.
12 plus 3 in bracket. Then into 4 minus 6 by 2.
Okay. What is the answer?
57.0.
57.0. That is, the first operation is addition because it is within brackets. Okay. 12 plus 3 is the first operation. So it is 15. Then 15 into 4 minus 6 by 2. So after addition, the operation it is multiplication. That is 15 into 4. It is 60. 60 minus 6 by 2. 6 by 2 it is 3.0. So 60 minus 3.0, that is 57.0. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Then any more question? Dia? All of you switch on the video. Dia, read the next question. Anaga, Tom, all of you switch on the video. Dia?
4 minus 6 by 2.
4 minus 6 by 2. Once again, read the question, Dia.
Into 4 minus 6 by 2.
The first part is not clear, Dia.
12 plus 3.
12 plus 3 into
4
4.
minus 6 by 2.
That is already, that is 12 plus 3 within bracket. That is the question you are reading. No. I will write the question. 12 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 by 2. Is it correct, Dia?
12 plus 3 in a bracket.
Oh, that question we already discussed. Next question.
Plus in a bracket into
Hmm.
4 minus. I think there's a mistake in my question.
Okay. Anaga, read the next question, Anaga.
12 plus 3 into in bracket 4 minus 6 divided by 2.
Okay. 12 plus 3 into 4 minus 6 divided by 2. What is the answer, Anaga?
9.0.
Yes, it is 9.0. Any other question? Rahul? No. Okay. So is it clear that evaluation of arithmetic expression? Any doubt related with arithmetic expression? The only thing you want to remember the precedence. All of you switch on the video. For evaluating arithmetic expression, you want to remember the precedence of arithmetic operators, and also one important thing is that after normal division, the result it is a fractional value. So if there is no fractional value, you just type 3.0, okay, or 5.0 or 8.0, just like that. Okay, that thing is important for our output section. Okay. In the question paper, if you have a question like this, what is the result of 6 by 2? 4 options are there. It is 3 there, 3.0 is there, 3.5 is there. 4 options are there. The correct answer is not 3, it is 3.0. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. So the next topic it is, so we are discussing about which one? Discussing about before evaluating expression. We are discussing about a big thing. The subdivisions are operators, something like that. Which is the heading? It is tokens. Okay. Tokens. So we are.
Ma'am, one
Yes.
more question is there.
One more question. Which one, Niranjan?
Ma'am, 12 into 13 modulo 4 in bracket.
3 modulo 4.
13, I wrote it 13.
I think 12 into 3 modulo 4, floor division 2 plus 6.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. What is the answer? Tom, read the answer.
Ma'am, I wrote the question as 13 into 12 into 13 modulo
13
4.
mod 4. Then okay. What is the answer?
12.0.
12.4.
12.0.
12.0. Is it correct, Niranjan? Okay. 12.0 is the answer. Okay. So we are discussing about tokens in Python. Okay. Tokens are the smallest individual unit in a program. That is, after learning about the characters included, that is character set in Python, we learn some valid words in Python. That words are known as tokens. Okay. Then we divide that tokens into different sections. The first one it is identifier. Identifier means the name given for a value, a constant, a function, a module, just like that. Okay. That is the name. Identifier means it is the name. Okay. Then second we learn about operators. Keyword is also we discussed? No. We discussed the term keyword. Okay. So what about keyword? After identifier, which token we discussed? Which one, Naurin?
Operators.
Operators. After operator, nothing. Okay. So we'll discuss keyword. Okay. So the first thing it is identifier. Identifier means the name given for a value, for a constant, for a function, for a module. The name of a value is known as identifier. For constructing one identifier name, we have to follow some rules. Okay. So many rules related with naming of identifier. Then after that we discuss the operators used in Python. Mainly there are two types of operators, binary and unary, and within that binary and unary we divide Python operators into three, that is arithmetic operator, relational operator and logical operator. Okay. Then after that, how we can convert one mathematical expression into Python expression. Okay, how we can write x raised to 3 in Python, or how we can write xy, that is x into y in Python. That is the next topic. After that, we evaluate a Python expression using some precedence rule. Okay, these are the topic we discussed from this token section. So next token, it is keywords. Keywords. Keywords are the reserved words. Write the definition. Keywords are the reserved words that have a special meaning in Python interpreter. Keywords are the reserved words Keywords are the reserved words that have a special meaning in Python interpreter. That have a fixed special meaning in Python interpreter. That means if I am writing a word like this, true, the meaning of this true is fixed in Python interpreter. We cannot change the meaning of this true. Okay. Wherever we use this true, the meaning is same. Okay. The same way false. This is another keyword. It has its own meaning in Python interpreter. Okay. Jacob, Dia, all of you switch on the video. Jeez, Ranil, switch on the video. Okay, that is false. Okay. So then another one, it is if. If is another keyword. We will discuss this, what is the meaning of this if and while in next chapters. Okay. These are some iteration statements. Conditional statement, iteration statement, just like that. Okay. So if is another keyword. That means if has its own fixed meaning. Wherever we use this if, the meaning is same. Okay. Then while is another keyword. Then for is another keyword. Almost all the keywords like this are small letters, but here in true we are using first letter as capital, and in false first letter as capital. Okay. G's, is this a valid identifier? G's, this one. What G's?
No, ma'am.
Why?
And because of the capital F.
It's not a valid identifier. Is it a valid identifier? I am asking, is it a valid identifier, not keyword? Is it a valid identifier name? G's? Is it a valid identifier? Not key. Yes, it is valid because we are using capital letter here. If I am using this if, small letter if as identifier name, it is not valid because it is a keyword. We cannot use keyword as an identifier name. Okay, so this small letter if is not a valid identifier name because it's a keyword. But this if we can use as identifier name because here I am using capital letter F. Okay. Okay, so that is keywords. Keywords are the words that have a special. This is reserved words. That is, it is reserved for some particular functions. It has its own job, or it has a fixed meaning based on that keywords. Okay, a fixed meaning in Python interpreter. That is keywords. Okay, that is if is used for its own function. While is used for its own function. We cannot use that while anywhere, any other meaning. Okay, I will explain the meanings of if, while and for. All while and for are iteration statement, and if is one conditional statement. We will discuss that if, while and for in the next chapter. Okay, so these are keywords. You just study the definition of keyword and also some examples based on keyword. Okay. Alan, Alan, you got the seminar topic. It is from barcode to web camera. All the other input devices: barcode reader, QR code reader, biometric sensor, touch screen, microphone, and web camera. So you prepare for seminar on Saturday. Okay. We'll postpone that seminar. Today is the day, but I postponed it to Saturday. Okay, Alan? Alan?
Optical character reader is there.
What, Alan?
Optical character reader is there.
No, is it? It is for Naurin. Your topic include barcode reader, QR code reader, biometric sensor, touch screen. That is from 6 to 11. In your textbook, page number it is 1.4.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that is keyword. So that is the third one, third keyword, third token. Next one, it is literals. Next token, it is literals. Literals, the alternate name for literal, it is constants. That is, a fixed numeric or non-numeric value is called a literal. A fixed value. Constant means fixed value. Literal, the alternate name, it is constants, means it's a fixed value. We cannot change the value. If I want to change the value, you can remove the value and replace with another value. A fixed numeric or non-numeric value is known as literal. What is numeric and non-numeric? John Philip, what is numeric and non-numeric?
Either letters or numbers.
Numeric means numbers, non-numeric means other than numbers. That is characters, special characters, all are under non-numeric values. Okay. So a fixed numeric or non-numeric value is called a literal. It can be defined as a number, text, or other data that represents values to be stored in variables. Can be defined as a number, text, or other data, means Boolean value we can store, then floating point value we can store, all the data values that are stored in a variable. That is literals. They are also known as constants. Okay, so a fixed numeric or non-numeric value is called a literal. It can be defined as number, text, or other data that represents values to be stored in variables. Okay, any value that is stored in a variable is known as literals or constant. The other name, alternate name for literal, it is constants. Then I will explain different types of literal. First one, it is string literal. Completed? Anagha, Tom, Dia, switch on the video. Okay. So the first one, it is string literal. String literal means set of characters within single quotes or double quotes known as string literals. String literal means set of characters that include alphabets or special characters within single quotes or double quotes is known as string literal. These are some examples of string literal, that is within double quotes ABC is one example, within double quotes CD star, or within double quotes 1 2 3. Here we are using integer, but this integer or digits are within double quotes, so we consider this 1 2 3 as a string. If I am writing like this 1 2 3, that is integer. Okay, if I write this 1 2 3 within double quotes, we consider, the system interpreter consider this 1 2 3 as a string. Okay, so anything within double quotes is known as string literal. It's same as string data type. Okay, so that is string literal means when we write something within single quotes, that is set of characters, set of special characters or set of integers within double quotes is known as string literals. Okay, then second one is numeric literal, that is integer literals. Numeric literal means numbers, that is 12 is an example for numeric literal or integer literal. Then A is equal to 1000 is an example for integer literal. B is equal to 12. It's another example for integer literal or numeric literal. That is whole numbers. That is constant. Here we cannot change this 1000. If I want to change this 1000, I want to remove this value and rewrite this A with another value. Then only we can change this content of A. That is constant. Okay, constant means when we assign some value to A, we cannot change this value. We can only change this value only by assigning new value to A. Then only we can change. That is constant. Okay, that is normal values are considered as constants. That is A is equal to 1000 is an example for, this 1000 is an example for integer literal. This 12 is an example for another integer literal. Then in the case of floating literals, what is floating literal? One integer value with decimal point, a number with decimal point, or a number with fractional part is known as floating literals. A number with fractional part or a number with decimal point is known as floating literals. B is equal to 51.81. Another example for floating literals. Then what about this bool literal? Bool literal means true or false. That is true. B is equal to true is an example for bool literal. B is equal to false. Only two examples because Boolean literals has its only two values. Okay, so B is equal to true is an example for Boolean literal, and B is equal to false is another example for Boolean literal. Now we need to switch on the video. Okay, then next it is collection literals. Collection literal, we just you just study the example only. I will explain that things in the next chapter. Example, it is collection literal means collection of values. Okay, here this is a list. List means set of values within square square bracket. Okay, that is list. Means B is a collection literal, means B include a set of values, not a single value. It include a set of values. Okay. So a set of integers within single quotes. We can use integer or character or string, anything inside this list. Collection literal means it include a collection of values. That is collection literals. So many collection literals are there in our Python. That is, first one, it is list. List is represented using square bracket. Then second, one more example you learn, one more example, it is tuple. It is T. What happened here? No problem. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. This is another example for collection literal. This is a tuple. T-U-P-L-E, tuple. Okay. So collection literals means a literal that include a set of values. Okay. So list is an example for collection literal. Then list is an example for collection literal. Tuple is another example for collection literal. How we can represent list? List is represented using square bracket. Tuple is represented using round bracket. That is the difference. The main difference is list is represented using square bracket. Tuple is represented using round bracket. Okay. So the main literals are, first one, it is string literal, means a set of characters or set of a combination of character and string, a combination of character and special character within double quotes is known as string literal. A set of characters within double quotes is known as string literals. Then next one, it is numeric literal. Numeric literal means whole numbers. A number without a decimal point or without a fractional part is numeric literals. That is, B is equal to 12. 12 is an example for numeric literal. 1000 is an example for numeric literal. Then 250 is another example for numeric literals. Any integer number, any whole number without a fractional point, that is without a decimal point or fractional part. A number without a decimal point or fractional part is known as numeric literals. Okay. The next one, it is floating literal. That means a number with decimal point. That is floating literal. Okay. Or a number with fractional part. 51.81. Here we are using a fractional part. So it is a floating point number. Okay. Then next one, it is Boolean literal. What is Boolean literal? Boolean literal means only two value, true or false. So B is equal to true. This true is a Boolean literal. False is another Boolean literal. Only two Boolean literals are there, true and false. So first one, it is true. Second one, it is false. So two values for Boolean literal. Only two examples for Boolean literal, that is true and false. Last one, it is collection literal. What is collection literal? It is collection of values. Collection literal means collection of values. Example, it is list and tuple. That is, list include a collection of integers or a collection of alphabets or a collection of alphabets and integers. Okay. So list means it is a set of values, collection of values within square bracket. Okay, that is collection literal. First example, it is list. List is represented using square bracket. Within square bracket we can write any number of values. Okay, that is list. Then how we can represent tuple? Tuple is represented using round bracket. Okay. Tuple is represented using round bracket. This is also a collection literal. That means we can store any number of more than one value we can store within a single tuple. Okay. that is collection literal. Collection of values, that is collection literal. So you study the terms list and tuple as an example for collection literal, and also learn these terms. Okay. How we can represent a list and how we can represent a tuple for this collection literal. Okay. So that is literal. Literal means constant values. Okay. The next, last one, it is last token, it is punctuators or delimiters. All the brackets, comma, semicolon, colon, all included in Python are under this punctuators or delimiter. Delimiters are the symbols which can be used as separators of values or to enclose some value. That is, for enclosing this list value, we are using square bracket. For enclosing tuple contents, we are using round bracket. Okay. So delimiters are the symbols which can be used as separators. Separators, for example, comma or semicolon or colon. Sometimes we are using colon for separation. Okay. So delimiters are the symbols. They are symbols which can be used as separators of values or to enclose some values. Here the square bracket and round brackets are used for enclosing some values within this square bracket and round bracket. Okay. Okay. All of you switch on the video. So these are the tokens used. So delimiters are separators that are used in Python. Okay, so identifier, operators, then keywords, then literals, and last one it is punctuators or delimiters. Okay, then write one question. Identify tokens in the string, in the script. Identify the tokens in the script. Identify tokens in the script. X is equal to 68, y is equal to 12, z is equal to x by y, then print x, y, z are x comma y comma z. Here I will explain the meaning. Print within double quotes. When we write something within double quotes, it will just display in the output screen. That is x, y, z are. Okay, just listen here. Print statement is used to display two things. First, we want to display one message. If I want to display one message using print statement, you want to write the message within double quotes. Okay, I want to display one message like this: x, y, z are, then one colon. I want to display this message. Then what I will do? I will use one print statement and use within double quotes write the message. So if there is any spelling mistake is there, that also will came here just like the same spelling. There is no correction for the spelling. If I am writing like this, instead of R, my spelling is AR, then it will appear like this, AR. Okay. So any message we want to display in output screen, then you just type the message within double quotes. Here my message is x, y, z are. Then without double quotes I am writing x, y, z. The meaning is that content of x is displayed, content of y is displayed, and content of z is displayed. Okay. What is content of x, Anaga?
60.
Yes, 60 is the content of x. Renil, what is y?
12.
No, y it is 12. Okay. Then z is also there. Z is calculating x by y. What is that? Is 60 by 12. The result is z. Okay, so from this script you want to identify what is x, which token is x, which token is 60, just like that, all this one. What is x? Pooja, what is x and x, y and z?
Variables.
Yes, these are variables or identifiers. In token we are using the term identifier. Okay, a, x, y and z are variables or identifiers. Okay, then what about this print? Rahul, what is print? Unmute Rahul. What is print, Rahul? I can't hear you. Okay, now we need. Okay,
Yes,
Rahul. What is print? Which
Keyword.
token? It's a keyword. Print is a keyword because print has its own meaning, fixed meaning in Python interpreter. Okay, so print meaning is display the content, display something. For output we are using this print statement. If you want to display something or for output function we are using this print statement in Python. Okay, so print x, y, z, this print is a keyword. Okay, then what about this equal to and equal to?
Assignment operator.
Yes, it is assignment operator, or it is assignment operator, that is it is operator. Token we are using operator. Okay. Then Alan Joffe, what is slash? This slash. Alan Joffe,
Yes, ma'am.
what is this slash?
Logical operator.
Logical operator. Alan, is it logical operator?
Logical operators and
And or not are logical operators. What about this one? This is used in our normal mathematical expression, no? It is one of the operator under which category?
ma'am, special character.
No, it is arithmetic operator. Is it clear, Alan?
Yes, ma'am, I didn't write that.
Okay, that is slash is mainly used for division, no? Division is under arithmetic operation. So, this division is arithmetic operator. Okay. So, we can, in the case of token, we can write just operator. Okay. Slash is operator. Then what about 68 and 12? Vinayak, what is 68 and 12? 60 and 12. Vinayak. Okay, John Joss.
Ma'am, numeric literals.
Literals, numeric literals. 60 and 12 are numeric literals. Okay. Then what about this XYZR? XYZR. Dia? XYZR. What is the meaning? Which token? Something within double quotes. What is that? Dia? Naurin? It is string literals. Okay. That is something within double quotes. Oh, we are just writing just like a message. So it is known as literals. It is string literal. You can just write literal also. Okay. So 60 and 12 are literals. This is one operator. This is also one operator. Then these x, y, z are identifier or variable. Here this is keyword. What about this one? That brackets. Tom? Unmute, Tom.
Arithmetic operator.
It's not clear, Tom. What is this one? This bracket? Okay, Pooja?
Punctuators.
Punctuators or delimiters. Okay, these are punctuators or delimiters. Okay, so is it clear? Tokens in Python. Okay, so these are the main tokens included in Python.